Welcome to back my channel Old Coins History. This channel is a special place where every video brings you new knowledge, entertainment, and exciting experiences. Here you will find informative content, engaging stories, and everything that sparks your curiosity. Our goal is to make every moment enjoyable, help you learn something new, and be a part of this growing family. So join us and start this wonderful journey today. The story of the 1877 United States $1 coin is a fascinating intersection of American economic history, political maneuvering, international trade, and numismatic artistry, for during this year the United States Mint was striking what collectors today identify either as the 1877 trade dollar or the seated Liberty dollar, depending on which mint issue is under discussion, because the more famous Morgan silver dollar would not be introduced until 1878, meaning that the year 1877 represents one of the very last moments of transition in American coinage before the Morgan era began. To understand the 1877 $1 coin, one must first appreciate the broader backdrop of silver in the 19th century, since the discovery of the Comstock lode in Nevada in the 1850s and 1860s had flooded the United States with unprecedented quantities of silver, and American policymakers sought ways to monetize or utilize this surplus effectively. By 1873, Congress had passed the infamous Coinage Act of 1873, which ended the regular production of the standard silver dollar, the seated Liberty dollar, and replaced it with the trade dollar, a heavier silver coin specifically intended for use in commerce with China and other Asian markets where the Mexican 8 reals pieces of 8 had long dominated. Thus, the 1877 U.S. $1 coin is not a domestic circulating dollar in the modern sense, but rather a trade-oriented piece, although ironically, many found their way back into the U.S. and into the pockets of laborers and farmers, often to their detriment because merchants sometimes accepted them at a discount when silver prices fluctuated. The coin itself is a beautiful piece of 19th-century art, featuring on the obverse the seated figure of Liberty facing left, holding an olive branch extended outward in her right hand, while her left rests on a bundle of goods with a ribbon inscribed, Liberty, symbolizing peace, commerce, and the prosperity of America. Behind her, a sheaf of wheat and other agricultural symbols reinforce the notion of abundance and trade. The reverse bears the majestic eagle with outstretched wings clutching arrows and an olive branch, a familiar symbol of American strength and peace, but with the unusual addition of an inscription, 420 grains, 900 fine, which was unique to the trade dollar and intended to reassure merchants and bankers in Asia of its exact silver content, thereby differentiating it from debased or lighter foreign coins. The year 1877 is particularly interesting because it was a time of great tension in the silver market. Silver prices had declined, making the intrinsic value of the trade dollar less than its nominal $1 value, and many Americans who received the coins in wages or change found themselves disadvantaged when the coins traded for only 80 to 90 cents in bullion value, a situation that caused resentment and political debate about the gold standard versus bimetallism. From a minting standpoint, 1877 trade dollars were struck at multiple mints, notably Philadelphia, San Francisco, and Carson City, each carrying its mintmark, with Philadelphia issues lacking one, and collectors today prize the Carson City coins for their historical romance tied to the Comstock lode and the Wild West. The Philadelphia Mint also struck proof versions of the coin for collectors, with careful mirrored surfaces and sharper details, which today command extremely high premiums in the numismatic marketplace, especially in pristine grades. It is also important to note that 1877 is a rare year in which the older seated Liberty dollar was struck in tiny quantities, proof only, making those pieces exceptionally scarce and valuable, while the trade dollar carried the mantle of official production. In terms of technical specifications, the coin weighed 27.22 grams, was composed of 90% silver and 10% copper, and had a diameter of 38.1 millimeters, giving it a hefty feel in the hand, which was essential for international trade credibility. Beyond the coin itself, the year 1877 holds broader historical significance in America. It was the year of the end of Reconstruction, the year of the controversial Hayes-Tilden presidential election settlement, and a time of intense labor unrest exemplified by the Great Railroad Strike of 1877, meaning that the dollar coin of that year can also be seen as a silent witness to one of the most turbulent chapters of U.S. social and political development. Collectors and historians today study these coins not merely as monetary objects but as artifacts of the crime of 1873, and the debates that would later fuel the free silver movement of the 1890s, championed by figures like William Jennings Bryan, who famously decried the gold standard in his Cross of Gold speech. Market values of 1877 trade dollars vary widely. A well-worn circulated example may be affordable, while a gem uncirculated Philadelphia proof can reach tens of thousands of dollars at auction, especially if certified by major grading services like PCGS or NGC. The Carson City issues are especially beloved. Their CC mintmark evoking romantic imagery of frontier Nevada and the rough and tumble life of miners who wrestled silver from the ground that would eventually be minted into these majestic coins. Over time, the 1877 US dollar coin has thus acquired a reputation as both a collector's treasure and a controversial reminder of flawed economic policy, a coin that symbolized America's ambition to project power abroad while struggling to maintain fairness at home, a coin that bridges the era of the old seated Liberty design and the forthcoming Morgan dollar revolution. When one holds an 1877 trade dollar, one is not merely holding silver, but holding a story of American ambition, global trade, monetary debate, artistry, and the hard realities of laborers who often bore the brunt of economic experiments. Its surfaces may gleam with liberty and eagle imagery, but its deeper resonance lies in the fact that it reflects the very contradictions of Gilded Age America: prosperity and inequality, internationalism and domestic hardship, beauty and controversy, permanence and transition. Even today, numismatists spend countless hours studying die varieties, mint records, and contemporary accounts to unravel the full tale of the 1877 dollar, making it one of the most discussed and studied coins of the late 19th century, and ensuring that its place in American coinage history will never be forgotten. Please like and subscribe to my channel.